So while waiting for the others, this is again Module 2 Integral Formulas. The second formula for us to introduce is logarithm. Susunod dyan is our exponential. What are those terms that we have here? Basically, logarithm is the integral of the differentiated function over the function is equal now to the antiderivative of ln u plus the integral constant or integration constant. Remember, from your differential calculus, that the differential of any logarithmic function or ln u is basically the differential of the function over the function itself. Now in these terms, remember that u is our equivalent or whole denominator, and du is of course our numerator, which is now the exact differential of the denominator. Again, du is now the exact differential of our denominator. Okay? Dali lang yan. One rule that you need to consider in using logarithm is that the function should be equal or should has an exponent of negative 1. If it is not negative 1, it's either less than negative 1 or greater than negative 1. Therefore, we can still apply our basic trigonometric integral trigonometric function or trigonometric formula as well as the product formula. But with this case, the exponent of our function or the denominator carries negative 1. Therefore, we need to use logarithm. And one rule is that, note that the degree of the numerator must be less than the degree of the denominator, or else you'll have to do basic algebraic analysis, which is carry out divisions. Option for division. So, apply lang natin yung ating background when it comes to analyzing multinomial terms or dividing multinomial terms. With that said, punta muna tayo sa pinaka-basic na example involving logarithm. For your first example, parehas lang naman. Meron pang ibang example sa module ninyo, pero dito na lang tayo. Masyado kasing worded yung nasa module. Now, for your first example, very easy. We have the differential of a function dx. You are now asked to evaluate the indefinite integral of dx over 2x plus 3. If we then need to simplify this one, we'll know that 2x plus 3 is raised to negative 1 dx. So therefore, it suffices the rule of logarithm that the denominator should has an exponent of negative 1. And therefore, we cannot apply the power formula. Using the given general formula for logarithm will then be able to identify u, which is now equal to 2x plus 3, such as the derivative of that function is 2 dx. 2 dx, meron tayong dx doon. So basically, mag-introduce tayo ng correcting factor na 1/2. So therefore, 1/2 is simply integrating dx over 2x plus 3. Applying our general rule gives us our final answer, which is 1/2 ln 2x plus 3 plus your integration constant, which is now our final answer for this problem. Okay? Okay. Nakuha po yun? Madali lang naman muna. Now, example number 2. Mananawa kayo sa example. Example number 2 is that if we have, you're now asked to evaluate the indefinite integral of 5x minus 1 over 5x squared minus 1 dx. Ano ang gagamitin natin? Note yung ating binigay kanina, the degree of the numerator must be less than the degree of the denominator. Or else, you need to provide option for division. But with this example, identify natin ang ating function as 5x squared minus 1. Derivative of 5x squared minus 1 is what? Ay, 2x pala ito. 2x. This is 2x. Derivative of 5x squared minus 2x is now 10x minus 2. Ganyan na ba yan? Either way, hindi tayo makakapag-produce ng correcting factor that involves 5x minus 1. But take note, pwede nating i-extract si 2, which is 5x minus 1 dx. So, we'll have to introduce a correcting factor of 1/2. Ayan na siya, oh. Kaya magiging 1 na lang si 5x minus 1. So, 1/2 of 5x minus 1 dx over 5x squared minus 2x. Nag-introduce tayong correcting factor, kaya magiging 1. So, basically, that is now 1/2 ln 5x squared minus 2x plus c. So, this will be our final answer. Ganun lang po yan. Next one. Now, what if you are now asked to evaluate the given indefinite integral of x raised to 4 minus 3x squared plus 2x plus 1 over x. So, alam nyo naman na yan. Distribute lang natin yung x. That is, x raised to the 4th over x. Ano yan? X cubed. Minus 3x squared over x. That is 3x. Plus 2x over x. Edi 2 plus 1 over x. So, mapapansin ninyo, we can apply both power formula and the logarithm formula with this particular problem. So, x cubed dx minus 3, labas natin si constant, x dx plus 2 dx plus dx over x. Power, 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 logarithm. So, 1/4 x raised to the 4th minus 3/2 x squared plus 2x plus ln x plus your integration constant. So, this will now be your final answer. Okay pa? Kaya pa? Number 3 pa lang naman yan. Next one. Now, what if you're now asked to evaluate the indefinite integral of a multinomial over divided into a binomial? Let's just say that is now x squared plus 2x minus 3 over x minus 1 dx. Remember again our rule. Degree of the numerator must be less than the degree of the denominator, or else you'll need to do basic algebraic analysis or using algebraic division. So basically, to simplify this one, divide na lang muna natin siya. X minus 1 or x squared plus 2x minus 3 divided by x minus 1. No, divide lang natin si x squared plus 2x minus 3 over x minus 1. So, anong gagawin natin? So, para cancelin natin si x squared, so, introduce tayo ng x. X squared, x minus x times negative 1 is negative x. So, x squared minus x squared, cancel. 2x minus negative x is 3x. Negative 3 minus 0 is 3. Minus 3. How are you going to cancel that? 3x, tapos x minus 1. Anong kailangan nating i-introduce na function here? Ay, na term here? Is plus
3.
3. So, 3 times x minus 1 is 3x minus 3. So, ito na ngayon yung ating yung bagong function. Simplify na natin eh. So, ito na yung ating i-evaluate. X plus 3 dx. Simplify using power formula. X dx plus 3 dx. Notice, initially from the problem, you might think, gagamitan ko ng logarithm kasi meron tayong denominator na merong exponent na negative 1. So, solve ka na ng solve. Pero pwede mo palang gawin is to basically simplify and just use your power formula, such as here. So, x squared over 2 plus 3x plus c. So, this is now our final answer. Nakuha po. Okay? It's just your mastery and familiarity of your fundamental mathematics. Basic algebra, your trigo, your geometry, and so forth, and so long. Ulit-ulitin lang natin yan pagdating sa calculus. Number 5. Next example. What if you're given y minus 7 over y plus 2 dy. Binigay ni sir sa example number 4 is yung division of functions. Gawin ko rin dito para ma-check ko kung tama yung ginagawa ko. Pero, apply your critical thinking, no? We could either apply here both power or logarithmic formula. Pero, ang hirap, no? Hindi mo alam kung saan ka mag-uumpisa. Para mas madali, gandahan natin yung problem. Ano yung common sa kanilang dalawa? If we then expand y minus 7, it is also possible that y minus 7 is also y plus 2 minus 9. Diba? Such that it is also over y plus 2. Nakikita mo na yung pwede natin gawin? Where that is now 1 minus 9 over y plus 2 dy dy. So, we have here both the application of power formula and logarithm formula. Distribute your integral sign dy minus 9 dy over y plus 2. So, that is now y minus 9 ln y plus 2 plus c, which is now our final answer. Nakuha po yan? Nakuha yan? Okay. What if we're going to involve trigonometric or trigonometric identities? Lagyan natin ng konting trigo. Let's just say you're asked to evaluate the indefinite integral of sine negative 1y cosine y dy, given that sine has an exponent of negative 1. So meaning it is possible that we could express this problem as cosine y dy over sine y. Okay? Such now, our u is sine y. Differential of sine y is positive cosine y dy with a correcting factor of 1 over 1 or positive 1 over 1. Either way, ito lang naman yung kailangan natin. With that, 1 integral of cosine y dy over sine y. Cancel. Gives us ln of sine y plus c. But remember, ln of sine y plus c. Remember your trigonometric function and your trigonometric identities. Either way, sine y is standard, cosine y is over sine y dy is standard to be equal now to an integral of sine y, ln sine y plus c. Or that is also cotangent y dy, which is also equal to ln sine y plus c. Parehas lang sila. Remember your trigonometric identities and differential formulas. Nandun po lahat yan. Other examples involving trigonometric identities. Number 7. What if you're given sine 2y at 2 theta over 1 plus sine squared theta of d theta? May naaalala ba kayo dyan? From your differential calculus? Ha? Identify your u function or your first term. U is now 1 plus sine 2 theta. Remember your differential calculus or differential identities under trigonometric functions such that the derivative of 1 plus sine squared theta is equal now to 2 sine theta cosine theta d theta, or it is also sine 2 theta d theta. Correcting factor is still 1 over 1. Introduce, dahil meron na yan doon, makakancel na natin si sine 2 theta. Then we'll then be able to integrate the term as sine 2 theta over 1 plus sine squared theta d theta equal now to ln 1 plus sine 2 theta at 1 plus sine squared theta plus c. So yan na ngayon yung ating final answer. Kaya pa? One more. Number 8. Given, you're now asked to, what they call this, to evaluate the indefinite integral of tangent theta secant squared theta over 3 plus secant squared theta d theta. Identify your u, which is 3 plus secant squared theta. Remember, that is 3 plus secant squared theta. The differential of such term is simply 2 secant theta of secant theta tangent theta d theta, or simply 2 secant squared theta tangent theta d theta, which is, this one is present there. Pero wala tayo nung 2, so we'll have to introduce a correcting factor of 1/2. With that said, 1/2 integral of 2 tangent theta secant squared theta over 3 plus secant squared theta d theta, which is basically equal now to 1/2 ln 3 plus secant squared theta plus your integration constant. Nakuha po yan? Nakuha yan? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now, what if we'll have to use exponential? Meron tayong e, constant e, sa ating term. So basically, we're now asked to evaluate the indefinite integral of e raised to 4y over e raised to y plus 5 dy. Okay, remember yung ating rule. Dapat mas mataas yung degree ni denominator kaysa kay numerator. Pag hindi, proceed tayo sa division. So with that said, that is e raised to y plus 5 or e raised to 4 divided by e raised to 4y. Anong gagamitin nating multiplier to cancel out e raised to 4? That is e raised to ilan? 3y. So, e raised to 3y times e raised to y. Add na lang natin yung exponent. That is e raised to 4y. E raised to 3y times 5 is positive 5e raised to 3y. Cancel, cancel. Pero meron tayong remainder, which is negative 5 e raised to 3y. Ganun ulit. Ano kailangan natin dito? Minus 5e raised to 2y. Multiply 5e raised to 3y. That is negative 25e raised to 2y. And cancel. That is positive 25e raised to 2y. Ganon ulit. Positive 25e raised to y. 25e raised to 2y over 25 times 25 times 5 is now 125. Tama ba? 125e raised to y. Cancel. Gives us 125e raised to y. So, equal na yung numerator at denominator. Pwede na natin yung i-integrate as it is. So, ang ating final or simplified integral form is now e raised to 3y minus 5e raised to 2y plus 25 e raised to y minus 125 e raised to y dy. Okay na ba yan? Final na ba yan? Sinong nag-agree na yan na ang gagamitin natin or isosolve natin? Remember, negative 125 EY is still a remainder. Hindi tayo nag-end sa 0. So basically, 125 EI is still has the numerator or has the term e raised to y plus 5. Distribute lang natin yung ating integral sign. And e raised to 3y dy minus 5 e raised to 2y dy plus 25 e raised to y dy minus 125 e raised to y over e raised to y plus 5 dy. Okay? Okay. Dito, sa part na ito, ang ating u is e raised to y plus 5. Differentiate that, gives us e raised to y dy, which is there, para ma-cancel na siya. Okay? Simplify. E raised to 3y, integral of e raised to 3y dy, that is now 1/3 e raised to 3y plus integral of e raised to 2y is 5 over 2 e raised to 2y. 1/2 yun na, multiply lang natin sa constant na 5. Plus 25 e raised to y minus 125 ln e raised to y plus 5 plus c. Yan na yung ating final answer. Nakuha po yan. Okay? Gets yan? May question po? Burahin ko na. Okay. Example number 10. Example number 10. What if you're now asked to evaluate the indefinite integral of 2 minus x times the square root of x plus 3 dx. Ang gagawin nyo? First is, of course, you expand. FOIL method lang yan. 2 square root of x plus 6 minus x square root of x minus 3x dx. Remember, square root has an exponent of 1/2. So that is now equal to 2x raised to 1/2 plus 6 minus x raised to 1 times x raised to 1 half. So 1 plus 3 halves, 1 plus 1 half is 3 halves minus 3x. Minus 3x dx. Distribute nyo lang. That is now 2x raised to 1 half dx plus 6 dx minus x raised to 3 halves dx minus 3 of x dx. Simplify. So, hindi naman na kailangan yung logarithm. Wala siyang function that has an exponent of negative 1 or term that has an exponent of negative 1. So, never mind. Apply your power formula na agad. 1 half plus 1 is 3 halves to 4 6. 4 third of x raised to 3 halves. Tama ba? 2, 4, 6, 4 halves. 4 over 3. Tama. Minus 6x minus 2 fifths. 3 fifths halves plus 1 is just 2 fifths. 2 fifths x raised to 5 halves minus 3 halves x squared plus c. This will be now our final answer. Question po. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Ay, wala? Okay. Problem 11. For your exercise, kayo nang bahala kung gusto nyo pag-practicean to na problem or hindi. Exercise. For your exercise problem, this is problem 11. Integrate square root of x plus 1, then 3 dx. 12. Integrate square root of x cubed plus 2x squared plus 1 2x squared plus 1 then dx. 2x squared plus x dx. And lastly, para medyo mahirap-hirap, evaluate the indefinite integral of e raised to 2x plus 2e raised to x plus 1 all over e raised to x plus 1 dx. Sa inyo na yan kung sasagutan nyo o hindi. So that is integral formula using logarithm. Now, may question po. Tama na yun, example. Para marami tayong matapos. So, in continuation, dito tayo. Purahin ko na yan.